Hello, hello, hello. I am doing the, what is it called? Jolly Gingerbread Paper Pumpkins Alternatives. And I didn't even get to start on it until yesterday. I opened it and looked at it yesterday and really didn't do much until about 10 o'clock. I made one thing. And so I had to like really kind of get into it today and decide where I was going with it. The kit, the paper pumpkin, it's got tons of things in here. There's so much product in here. And there's lots of ways that you can do these things. Of course, it comes with a stamp set. It has tear and tape, these cute little embellishments, these adorable little labels, which I will use with the color and on the back side as well. And then it comes with these fun things that go on the front of the gingerbread. And there's even some plain ones that you can use that you can decorate yourself, which I will also use. And then these are the gingerbread houses. And I think that their original purpose is to make gift card holders out of them like this. But and I have made one, I'll show you how it turned out, but I'm gonna do more than that with it. Then they have these great little envelopes, and I've done something with that as well. I was playing with it last night and I thought, I wonder if I could do, if I could put it together like this and come up with some sort of a project, like glue it together, come up with some sort of a project where you would slip stuff in there. I don't know. I just could not get my brain to wrap around that and quite work that out, but I'm not done. I may just work something out with that before I'm done with all of this. Okay, so I'm gonna put this off to the side for right now. Do need my dimensionals, and I am gonna put my other stuff out. I think I may have everything that I need from the kit, but just want to be sure. Okay, so the first thing that I did was, it's kind of like a tea light. The only thing I didn't do right was I should have cut a hole right out of here with a die. And I actually know which one I would have used. It is with the Stitch So Sweetly. It's the smallest one, and it's kind of got a, I don't know, it kind of looks like it would be a window in Taj Mahal or something. It's really cool. But I think it would make a great little peekaboo hole right here, and you could put a tea light inside of it, and then you could see the light coming through on the sides. And if I had not already put this together like this, that's what I would do. And I'll probably make another one and do just that. But basically, I just took two of these, and I took one of the pieces that had the little gummy candies around the door, and I stamped in cinnamon cider right in here, and then just glued it on, and then stamped Happy Holidays for the front. But I thought it turned out so cute. And I mean, you could actually do other stuff with it besides that. Besides just putting a tea light, you could probably, like, I don't know, maybe put candy canes or anything down inside of it. Now, this is the way I think it is designed to be. And it would be with your little envelope, it would be a gift card holder. That's what I'm presuming. I really didn't take the time to read it because it's been a little nuts around here. But this turned out super cute. The ink spot that comes with it is the Blushing Bride. It was a little pink for me, and I really, because this door is mint macaron, I wanted to pull in the mint macaron ink and stamp the front of it. And I love this stamp. It is so cool. It's actually two stamps, and I'll show you how that goes. Okay, then my next project, I am in love with this one. I am so happy with it. I sat down today. There is a stamp that is the stamp of a house, and it's a gingerbread house. And this is the inside of the envelope. And so I took a piece of Whisper white paper, and I dry embossed it with the brick folder. And then I stamped this in Memento black ink. And then you'll see that it has like two-tone on the shingles, the roof shingles. That's actually mint macaron and the dark crumb cake. And then I did crumb cake all around in here, light and dark. Then the windows are Daffodil Delight, and this is coral, Calypso coral, believe it or not. And that's the color of the inside of the envelope. And so I just chose Calypso Coral for all the little accents and the candy pieces, and then put it on a Calypso card base, and then used the dots to go with it. And then I used one of those rectangles that was already colored and just stamped warm wishes inside of there. And I love how it turned out. It was super easy to cut out. I just fussy cut it. I mean, but it's like 4 squares and a little jut out right there. For my chimney, I actually used the cinnamon cider, and I used the bullet point tip of it, and I just drew some lines and went across it like that. And then I used the lighter version of it and just lightly went over it. I want to say I may have even used the mint macaron as well. I did use old olive for my leaves, and then I finished it all up with Wink of Stella. So I don't know if you can see it glistening, but I am just crazy about this card. I think it turned out so, so cute. So what I did with the envelope, I just cut off the sides of it, cut it square, and then I used my classic tailored punch, I think it is. This one, not classic, just tailored tag. And I created the banner using that tailored tag punch. And I'm so happy with it. This is probably my favorite one so far, but the night's not over yet. Okay, so let's get started with our projects. So the first thing I'm going to do is a card, and I am going to do it a little different. So I'm going to use this, which is one of the little gingerbread houses, and I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm just going to use my little mini trimmer. I'm going to cut this little tab thing off right here. So please don't pay attention to my mini trimmer. It is so dirty. I'm actually renovating my studio, and it has just been crazy busy the last day. I'm also getting ready for a class for Thursday, and then I have team meeting on Sunday, and I had to get my team packets ready to get in the mail tomorrow. So it's just been a little crazy. I'm gonna make sure I've got it lined up. Okay, actually did a pretty good job of that. Well, there's just a little bit I need to trim off. Hold on one second. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. It's a little chilly here in Middle Georgia. It was, I think, 45 today, but last night it was down to 25. I'm actually okay with that. I don't hate that kind of weather. I actually like the change of seasons, so I'm all right with it. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to be using, and I am going to use, I'm going to use the cinnamon cider ink. I'm going to bring in my little Stampin', my Pierce mat. This stamp set comes with, it's like a curly Q thing that goes around the front door. So I'm just going to stamp that right up above, right in here. Okay. And then it has a really pretty curly Q thing. It kind of reminds me of henna tattoos. So I just, it's so cool. I'm going to just add it right in here, and it fits perfectly. Hopefully I did it perfectly. It's hard to tell when you don't have your head over it. So that really changes the appearance of that white piece, doesn't it? Hi, Carol. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place dimensionals under this. So I'm going to try to be mindful tonight too of not slinging my stuff all over the place. I'm going to try to slow myself down and be peaceful. I actually did yoga this morning. I haven't done it in a while. And I joined this Beachbody thing that's Beachbody on demand so that I can do exercises at home. Yes, I can do them with YouTube and all that kind of stuff, but I really wanted to do it and be accountable with a friend of mine. And she was doing Beachbody, so I thought, well, this will be a good thing. So I did the yoga this morning, and it was actually harder than I expected it to be, but it was really good, and I got such a great stretch with it. And then afterwards, now I'm not into all that, meditation mumbo jumbo, like I'm one with the universe and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into that. But I did put on a 10-minute meditation thing that was a part of Beachbody. And it was really good. I mean, there wasn't any of that crazy weird stuff that they're telling you or whatever. It was just, you know, just trying to get your mind to be at peace and to be quiet and just not let your mind be crazy. I have a very busy mind. So anyway, so this is a piece of Pool Party. It does not match, and I can see right now I did not get that on there exactly the way I would have liked to. So I'm going to try to lift it up and reposition it. Okay, hopefully I can do it without my white head getting in the picture. Okay. I think that's better. Yes, it's better. Okay, so what I was saying is this is actually mint macaron, and I did not want the color of mint macaron back here. I really wanted it to be wintry looking, and mint macaron is not wintry to me. So I used Pool Party, and I ran it through the snowflake embossing folder. I don't know if you can see the texture of it. And I was going to try to, oh, I know what I was going to do first, and I didn't do it. Oh, no. So I actually put the craft white paper or craft white ink in my embossing folder and then embossed it. You really can't tell, surprisingly. You really can't tell. I don't know if I didn't put enough or what. So here, I was going to spray my frost white on there, and I'm going to do that, but I think I'm going to try to, here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cover it like this. I don't care if the back of this gets frosty. I just didn't want the house to get frosty so much. So now I'm just going to spray it. Now to do this, you purchase the shimmer paint and you fill up about 3/4 of the way with isopropyl alcohol, which is probably hard to get right now with COVID, but I did these last year. And then you put about 4, 5, 6 drops of the shimmer paint in it and then shake it up every time you use it. And it really makes a pretty project. So it's really wet right now, but it will dry pretty quickly. And this will shimmer then, but this won't. And that's kind of what I wanted to go for. Okay, so let me go ahead and fold this up. This is early espresso. And it's, of course, 5.5 by 8.5, because here in the U.S. we're A2 cards. It's scored at 4 1/4. I saw Rachel Tessman do her paper pumpkin alternatives, and they were really nice. She always does such a great job, and she made some cards using the early espresso, and she actually stamped, I think it was this thing on the sides in early espresso. Hold on, I wanted to do this on the white. I'm glad I caught myself. Okay. See, it's almost already dry. Those little specks that were on there, it's almost already dry. All right, so then I'm just going to go ahead and glue this onto my early espresso card. And then I will put a pretty little candy thing on it. And I'm probably going to put it right about in here. I don't really know which one I want to do. I think I'm going to do the Blushing Bride color and stick it in there because it's kind of a soft color. And Blushing Bride is actually in the same color palette, not color palette, but grouping as the Pool Party ink, paper and ink and all of that is. So that's my first card. I do need to do a sentiment. So let me get a sentiment out real quick. And I think I will use just one of these. And I should have done it differently, shouldn't I? I should have put it in another way. I think I might just put it across. Let me see what I have real quick. Let me see what's there. Thank you, Carol. Let's see. Happy holidays. That will probably work. And I think what I'll do then is to just cut it down a little bit, and it will give me a lot more space to be able to put it on. And then I will use, I think I will use, nope, I'm gonna use the Pool Party. Even though it doesn't match the mint macaron, I'm gonna do it anyway. It does match the paper, and that's what's important, I think. I'm really happy with that, the way that turned out. I really wanted it to look like snow in the background. And since the craft ink didn't work, I thought that the shimmer paint would. All right, so then I'll just bring in my little trimmer and trim it down. Oops, I think I need a little more off. When you trim it down like this, if you're short on space for your card, it gives you a little bit more grace. As long as you don't do it crooked. I think I did a little bit. Sorry, so sorry. There we go. I think that did it. And then I'll just trim this end off really quickly. We had a Small Business Saturday event on Saturday, obviously on Saturday. And I crafted like a crazy woman preparing for it. But I did the best that I have done at any event like that this weekend. I was really happy with how well it turned out. Okay, I need, I think I'm gonna have to trim this down. I really need my mini dimensionals, but I don't have them near me. I'm gonna have to do a refill. So I'm just gonna cut it in half. For some reason, it still feels like it's cattywampus or off a little bit. But anyway, I think I'm still recovering. I also went to Atlanta last week, and yeah, that's going to work. Took my friend back to the airport. Yeah, that's cute. That's really cute. And I went to IKEA because we don't have one close by here. All right, so the next thing we're going to do. Anyway, I purchased drawer units, and we were going to just really fix my desk so that it would be larger and easier, and it didn't fit. And we had it all taken apart, so then we were going to have to do something about it. So we went to Atlanta yesterday on a really quick impromptu trip. And so we spent the whole day yesterday getting my office area somewhat put back together. Okay, so this is 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. And on the 2 1/4 side, I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch on each side. Now, I did borrow this design from Rachel Tessman. I'm not going to do it exactly like her, but I do like what she came up with, okay? So, and then on the 5 3/8 inch side, you're going to do it at 1.5 on each side, like that, okay? Let me get that out of the way. Get my scissors out. And before I cut it, though, I'm going to go ahead and just burnish it. I keep getting everything moved around. Alrighty. Okay. I think I'm doing it right. Let's hope I am. If I'm not, we'll just figure it out. And so I'm just going to put some little miters in here. To do that, you just cut at an angle. And so instead of cutting down the center and then cutting, I usually, if I'm doing all of the sides, I just go ahead and cut a miter on one side, cut a miter on the other, cut out a little tiny triangle, and then I'm done. Like that. Okay. What's the weather like where you are, Carol? You're up north, right? Seemed like you're up north and like it would be really cold where you are. I may be wrong about that though. All right, so you're gonna take your tear and tape, which comes with your kit, and you're gonna put it on these tabs. You know what? I should not have done that. Oh, yes, I should have. Yes, I should have. I know what I'm doing now. I had a brief moment. A brief moment. Thankfully, those moments don't last for too long. Now, Rachel she stamped on the inside. I'm not going to do that. I also do have to cut these in half. Might be easier to do it this way than on that mini trimmer. Okay, like that. I do have to cut this little tab off right here. Okay. Okay, and then what you do is you assemble your card, and it's going to go somewhat like this. Okay, so let's do it. Pretty mild today, but yesterday hurricane winds and heavy rain. Where are you again? You are up north, aren't you? We had a rainy few days last week. Saturday, I think Friday and Saturday were rainy, cold days. Okay, so we're just gonna bring it along right in here. Create our little, I should not have mitered those other things, but it's okay, it's gonna work. It's gonna work just fine. Like this. And then I will add this to right here. Just like that. She put little, what was it she put in there? Rochets. She put little rochets down inside of it. And so it ends up being a little candy thing. So then I think for this one, I'm going to use mint macaron. I do have to clean my stamp really quickly. Yeah, it is 2020, isn't it? Connecticut? Well, I mean, like I said, it was cold here in Middle Georgia last night. It was 27 degrees. That's pretty cold for us in early December. But yeah, and it was only like 46, I think, today. It was 25 last night, and it's going to be 27 tonight. I sat by the fire this morning with my doggie in my lap, read my Bible, had a cup of coffee. Oh, it was fantastic. Perfect weather for it. Isn't that pretty? I love this curly Q stamp thing. It reminds me so much of henna tattoos. Back in the 90s, I think it was, my daughter and I went to the Strawberry Festival down in Florida, and neither one of us had tattoos at that point. We both do now, but we almost got henna tattoos. We ran out of time, but we were going to do that and go home and surprise our husbands and see what they had to say about it. We're silly girls. We do love to have fun, though. I don't know if you're personal friends with me. Since we had to go to Atlanta yesterday, my husband and I, we made the trip, and I thought, well, I'm just going to make the best of it. I'm just going to enjoy myself. So I ended up putting on music. It was on the 80s. Actually, he put it on, but I was dancing like a fool in the car, and I videoed myself. Now, he's the one that's usually a little crazy, and yeah, not so this time. It was me, and I had a blast with it. I didn't mind acting like a goofball at all. Not at all. All right, and I'm going to put this in the back right about here. And I think I'm going to put enjoy. I got to put my hands on the stamp set. Here we go. And there's a couple of these little cute little flourish things. I'm going to use those as well. I'm getting used to my new desk now. It's taken me a minute because I've got my blocks and everything in drawers rather than in a thing on top of my desk. And so it's taken me a minute, but I'm getting there and I'm really enjoying it. Once my cardstock organizers come in from, where did I get them? Stamped & Storage. Once those come in, that's my Christmas present, is a punch storage holder and the cardstock holders, the organizers. So once that comes in and I get them into my Calyx units, I'm going to be so excited and so happy. Okay, so enjoy. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to use both of them, but we'll see. That's so cute. So, so cute. And this one goes in the other direction. It's not perfect, but you get the idea, and I really like it. It's cute. How long have we been married? 31 years. It's my second. I was married one time before and had kids from that relationship. And I was married 10 years. And my husband and I ended up getting a divorce, and I met my husband a year later, something like that. And he basically raised my kids with me. And he's been such a great dad and great husband. And we're both goofballs, and we both enjoy having fun together. So you know what? Life is too short to not have fun. So here we go. You just got to make the best of what you're dealt, right? There's really a big shadow tonight, isn't there? Let's see if that helps. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. I got to add a little bit of fun stuff to it. And I think since I have a yellow door, I'm going to put a yellow. No, you know what? I'm going to put a Calypso Coral one, because the door is accented with Calypso Coral. Like that. Cute, cute, cute. So then you just put some chocolate down inside of that. I'm loving it. Okay, next project. I'll now try to keep it moving along. Actually, I'm going to move on to the next one. And if I don't have time to do this next one, it'll be all right. Okay. This one I thought out of the box for sure and for certain. And I am loving what I came up with. And you might think I'm crazy. I don't know. It doesn't matter, because I might be a little bit anyway. But I am going to make a Christmas card with a puppy dog using the gingerbread thing. I just got the image of it this afternoon. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's going to be perfect. So I'm using cherry cobbler, and I cut the wrong color, but what I did, okay, so let me back up. I'm using cherry cobbler, smoky slate, a piece of In Good Taste. Let me take the little thing off. So then I took one of these white ones that didn't have any design or anything on it, and I used, where's that die? Here it is. This is one of the dies from Tasteful Textiles dies, and I just put it right here about like this, so that the point was like off the page. And in doing so, I came up with a doghouse, okay? It is a fancy doghouse, but it is my doghouse. And this is a Pampered Pets designer series paper. And I cut a cute little dog. This looks like my grand dog, Zach. So I cut a little dog out of it. I wanted to show you the designer series paper though. So I am going to stamp on top of it using cherry cobbler. And I am going to use, am I going to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry, I have something completely different in mind that I'm going to do. I am going to put dimensionals on it. You know, I don't do these ahead of time. There's only the ones that I show you ahead of time are the ones that I do. These, I just kind of plan it, and then I have to remember what it is I'm doing. So, here we go. So my plan was to put my doghouse right about here, like this. And I'm gonna stick my little doggy in there. I'm just gonna glue it on because I want the doghouse, I want it to stand out so that it looks like the dog is inside of it. I didn't center it very well, did I? Oh, poo. Well, that's okay. You know what I'll do? I'll put a dimensional on the back of this, and I'm gonna cut this one in half really quickly. I should have gotten my mini dimensionals and had them ready. This is a little dog food bowl that I cut out, and it was in the designer series paper. I have the stamp set, but I just thought I loved the colors and the way it was designed and colored and everything. Okay, and this one I'm going to stamp from Warm Wishes. I'm going to stamp it on my paper first to make sure I've got it on there correctly. Oh, come on. Hang on one second. I'm going to use my little handy dandy knife. I keep one handy, and then if my ink gets a little wonky, I move my ink around. It's getting there. All right, so I'm just going to stamp. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, it's hard to do because I can't see it when I'm doing it. So let me try this again. I may have to just do it and then show it to you. Oh gosh, that's terrible too. Bear with me, people. I am so sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do my head in here so I can see. That will work somewhat. Not really, it's crooked. It's really crooked. All right. How many times is it going to take me to do this, right? Okay, let me just do it right here and see what happens. So I think that the stamp is crooked on the thing. There, that's better. It's good enough. It's going to work. It has to work. And if I'm not happy with it, I may just go back and fix it. I may do another one. I'm going to trim it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, put some dimensionals on the back of it. Well, you know, it is difficult to do, especially if you are trying not to get your head under the camera, which was exactly what I was trying to do. Oh, you know, something else I forgot. That's what happens though when you're doing this live. Okay, I've got to back up just a second, and I got to get my glue dots out. Okay, because this is what I had in my mind that I was going to do. So I'm going to lift this off just slightly. Okay, now I'm going to take a glue dot. I want it to look like the doghouse is decorated for Christmas. So I'm going to put a glue dot there, and then I'll put one in the center. So I'm going to put a little tinsel. This gold tinsel is from the Most Wonderful Time refill kit. Not refill, it's from the original. The if you buy the stamp set and all of that stuff that goes with it. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to bring it down. Yep, so I'm gonna have to use another glue dot, which if you know me, you know I am like glue dot queen. Love me some glue dots. Okay. I'm going to put one right here as well. That's what I should have done instead of putting it on the back of it. Let's see. It's so curly. It's not wanting to work with me. Okay. So I'm going to snip a little off right here. Okay, and I do have a plan. It might not look like it, but I do have a plan. All right, so I'm gonna stick this right here. I'm gonna just turn it under back there and stick it with that glue dot. Okay. Okay. I guess I did need that glue dot in the center and on the backs. So I'll just poke that back there in the back. And then I'm going to use, I want to use that one. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to use another glue dot, surprise, 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 and put it right here where that's at. It's not going to be seen. And then I'll just, yep, this is what I'll do. I'll loop this through it if I can. I might end up shredding it doing so. There we go. When I was a kid, we always used this fluffy, even like when my kids were younger. Of course, my kids they have grown, almost grown kids, 13 and, not grown, but 13 and 15. And we don't use this kind of garland anymore, but we did. We did a lot. See, I didn't think that all the way through when I did that. So anyway, it's cute though. I like it. That's what happens when you're creating on the fly. You've got an idea in your mind, but then you don't execute it until you actually are doing it in front of people. Sometimes the plans don't come out the way you have them in your mind, but I do like that. I didn't really want to fancy it up too much because it's a doghouse. And it looks like an outdoor doghouse. This is cute though. I may give this one to my mother-in-law and father-in-law because they have a cute dog. Or I may give it to my daughter who has a dog that looks just like that, little Zachy. Isn't that cute? That's adorable. It's crooked because, you know, I'm not standing up to do this. There we go. It tore it just a little bit, but nobody's going to know that. That's so cute. I really like that. Super adorable. Okay, let's see. I think that's all I'm going to do. I was going to do one more, but it would take a little while, and I haven't done it before either, and it's an ornament. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to show you what I was going to do to make it happen. Shoot, I might as well just go ahead and do it, and I'll do it quickly. I just won't talk. So, or at least not talk much. So here's tearing tape. I'm going to put that there, and what I want to do is I want to make an ornament, and I want to do it from 3 pieces. The problem is there's no tab on this side. So I figured out how to fix that. So I cut a piece of 3 inch by 1 inch, and I'm going to take it at 1/2 inch, and I'm going to score it. See if I can, like that, okay? All right, then I'll put some tearing tape on each side of this. I'm basically creating a joint. And I'll put it together that way. So you always got to rub your tearing tape down really well. so that those little tabs come off pretty easily. Okay. All right. So then I'm just going to, you got to make sure of where it's all going first. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on so I don't get myself too confused. I'm going to do it like this. I want to line up the bottom of the building like that. Then I will do it like this. Line it up. And then I'll join it together. It's going to be like a triangle. And again, if this doesn't come out, it was in my head, but I haven't actually done it. Okay. All right. So now I think I'm going to go with the cherry cobbler on this one. And no, I'm not. I'm going to do the cinnamon cider, because I'm going to, wait. Let's see. How was I going to do that? I need to add my, Okay. I messed myself up because I should have put a hole for my thing right there, for my ribbon. So let me pull in my hole punch. I do have a hole punch. At this point, so if you make this, don't put it together until you actually use your thing, because see, now I can't do it. I messed myself up by getting ahead of myself. All right, so I'm just going to use my hole punch. And I'm going to go right about in here. I may have to do it again to make it a little bit larger so that my ribbon goes through there. And it's okay because it's not really going to be seen. Okay. Okay, so now I'll just do this real quick. I'm going to stamp with my cinnamon cider. Okay. I just love this stamp. It's so pretty. And I don't know what I did with, there it is. And it's really not hard to line up. You just have to remember to keep the V right there where it's V'd out. You have to remember to put it at the top. Okay. It has a heart in it, so I'm going to punch the heart out, and I'm punching the little gateway out. I'm going to put dimensionals on it, on the back of it. Here, I said I wasn't going to do it, and I'm doing the whole thing. Oh well, it's all right. It kind of covers up the hole, but I'll be able to just slip the stuff right up under there, the ribbon right up under there. Okay. I think I'll just stamp this one as well. Didn't get a very good stamp on that one. Okay. I should have put my stamping mat under it. It works so much better with these photopolymer stamps. Okay. Now, I have these little archways that came out. And, uh-oh, I got ink on it. So I'm going to just put a glue dot on the back of them. And I'm going to add those back onto the front of this. Oh my gosh. Well, see if I can do it again, do it this time without getting it all over, getting ink on it. Okay. That works. pick up like I thought it did. All right, so the thing about the glue dot is that it lifts it up slightly, but it doesn't raise it too much. And since I'm gonna put a dimensional on this, or dimensionals, I didn't want it to raise too much. I'm gonna do the same thing with the heart. Put that on the back, right back in here. Okay, and I will decorate it. I'm going to use a pink one, and I think I'll use a Calypso Coral one right in here. They're puffy, kind of fun. Okay, and maybe I'll use a yellow one right back in here. And you know what? I just happen to have another one of those little archways, so, and I think I've got the ink off on the other piece now. So I think I'm good. There. You wish you'd gotten this one. Carol, you know what? If I'm being honest, when I opened it up, I was just like, ugh, what am I gonna do with that? And I was thinking, I don't need that many gift cards because I just made a bunch of gift cards. And I sold a lot of them, but I have a lot left. So I was like, I don't need that many gift card holders. But the more I got to playing with it, the more I just had a blast with it. So, alrighty, so I'm gonna stick this over here on the side like this. Do the same right here with this one. It has been fun creating 3D things with it. So the new catalog, I don't know if you're a demonstrator, if you've gotten your order, and I know you're a demonstrator, Carol. I don't know if everybody else is or not, but we could start pre-ordering today as a demonstrator. And I'm so excited about all the fun stuff that is in that catalog. So excited. And I'll be actually doing a paper share. And I'll have more information. At my next live, I'll have a flyer about my paper share, and I'll have information on my website before too long. All right, so I think I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna put it behind that little heart window. Now it'll go wonky, I think, if I do it that way. Let's see. I think it's the only way I can do it, though, to make it work. It actually won't be too bad, though, I don't think. Okay. Because it's not that heavy. So I'm going to trim a piece off here, trim another piece here. Then I'm just going to bring in some of the holiday, some of this red stuff. Just because I want a little pop of red in there. Because that Calypso Coral on the door, it's not really red, but it goes with the real red enough. Then I'm just going to tie a knot, I think. That doesn't make sense. Okay, I don't know what I'm thinking. That does not make sense to do it that way. Strike that, reverse it. Do you know what movie that's from? It's a kids movie. Well, actually, adult or kids. Okay. Strike it, reverse it. Willy Wonka. All right, so this is what you have to do. You have to do a loop, or else you can't hang it on the tree or in the window or wherever it is you may want to hang it. Okay, and then you got a little ornament, and I think it's super cute. Super cute. I guess I could probably figure out some way to do holes in the other ones and maybe like string it up like macrame. But I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's really cute. All right, so let's look at all of our fun projects. So this is the one I did off camera. And again, if I had it all over to do again, I would do the smallest die from the Stitched So Sweetly and create a window right in here. And if I make another one, that's exactly what I'll do. And I may do that and then post a picture of it. That way you can put a tea light down in there, preferably the battery kind, and that way you won't catch it on fire. But that way you could see light coming out on the sides. Okay, so that's my first project that I did. This is actually what they're supposed to be, except I think it's supposed to be Blushing Bride pink as a gift card holder. This is my paper pumpkin alternative where I took the inside of one of the envelopes, which is Calypso Coral, and used the brick embossing folder. And then I don't know where my doggy one is at. Here it is. Okay, this is the other one I made with the snowflakes, and I sprayed it with the shimmery white. This is combining the Playful Pet paper, or Pampered Pet paper, and love that one. And then my ornament, and that's it. And I'll have these on my website with all of the products that I used, and the sizes and all of that kind of stuff too. So anyway, so funny that we thought tea light at the same time. Yes, if the arches were cut out, you could maybe put a tea light in it. Yes, it would definitely shine. And you know what, you really could do that with this too if you cut out the inside of it, and that could be a tea light as well. But yeah, this is going to have some chocolates in it for one of my husband's work employees. And anyway, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great night.